Glenn A. Larson, reckon you've heard that name. He had created numerous shows from the 70s and into the 90s until he passed away in 2014. He created numerous shows like Quincy M.E., Alias Smith and Jones, Battlestar Galactica, even the Buck Rogers in the 25th Century TV series. But then he got better shows when the 1980s started with Knight Rider, Fall Guy, and Knight Rider. In 1983, he gave us this one show that I feel like did not get a lot of respect and what have you. And it lasted just a short lifespan. And I'm about to talk about it, and do you remember it today? Or should I say at nighttime? It's Manimal. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews presents Do You Remember? Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, the Big DQ, and this is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about a very underrated and rarely remembered show from a long time ago. It was 1983. Glenn A. Larson was off to a pretty decent start with some of his shows. After he made it big with the original Magnum PI on CBS in 1980, well, he still had some minor successes on the NBC with Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo, and BJ and the Bear, which just lasted a short time, more than one season though. He did give us some other shows after Magnum PI premiered. 1981, The Fall Guy came out, and it was on ABC, did pretty well. And in 82, he gave us the original Knight Rider on NBC. The following year, he gave us another show that would come to NBC, but unfortunately, it would be short lived and probably rarely remembered. But unless you were an 80s kid, maybe you remember this show. What happens when a handsome, dashing English dude gains the super powers from his dad to become any type of living form of an animal to fight crime? Easy. You've got this show right here. So now I ask, do you remember the TV series known as Manimal? Manimal was an action-packed, kind of a superhero-esque type series created by the late great Glenn A. Larson. The series originally premiered on NBC on September 30th, 1983, and was produced by Mr. Larson's production company along with 20th Century Fox. Now, Manimal was created by Larson along with Donald R. Boyle. The show centers on the character of Jonathan Chase, a shape-shifting man who can turn himself into any animal he chooses. He uses his ability to help the police solve crimes. The series originally started out as a pilot movie when it premiered. And after that, on October 14th, it started out as a series. Anyway, now here's how the opening narration was done. For every episode, except the pilot episode, actor William Conrad, who most people would know him best of TV's Canon fame, and also the announcer for the Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoons, recites the opening narration that tells of Chase's wealthy present life and his early days in Africa with his missionary father. Dr. Jonathan Chase, wealthy, young, handsome, a man with the brightest of futures, a man with the darkest of pasts. From Africa's deepest recesses to the rarefied peaks of Tibet. Heir to his father's legacy and the world's darkest mysteries, Jonathan Chase, master of the secrets that divide man from animal, animal from man, partnered with a young police detective and the former army corporal from the fields of Vietnam, a trio that stands against the crime that breathes in the concrete jungles and stretches its deadly tentacles to the fascinating but dangerous world beyond, the world of Manimal. Okay, now then. Manimal started as a 9-minute pilot film. Now, the series featured the story of Jonathan Chase, a shapeshifter who could turn himself to any animal he chooses. As I've already said, and used it to fight crime. Now, only two people were aware of Jonathan's secret: his friend, Ty Earl, and police detective Brooke McKenzie. Jonathan and Ty would assist Brooke with a case she was working on, with Jonathan transforming himself into an animal when it became useful. While Jonathan had the ability to change himself into any animal, he would transform into a hawk and a black panther in nearly every single episode, mostly. In some episodes, he would transform into a third animal, such as a horse, dolphin, bear, or bull. However, the transformation took place off screen, though once he was shown becoming a snake in one episode. Now, in one episode of the series, he was shown to be able to assume the aspect of various animals simultaneously rather than adopt their forms, such as the agility and speed of a panther or the suppleness and fast strikes of a snake. The transformation sequences were designed and created by the Academy Award winning SFX artist Stan Winston. Another aspect of the transformations that added to the show's camp factor involved Chase's clothing during a transformation. He was depicted generally wearing a three-piece suit and tie, and the viewer would see it rip off him as he shapeshifted into an animal, though once the transformation was complete, there would be no sign of his discarded clothing. A bit later, he would transform back into human form with all of his clothing perfectly restored upon his person, even if he was unconscious. Yeah, now I will say the series has a bit of campiness and what have you, but I didn't mind it and what have you. Now, I never really saw the show, even though I was 3 when this premiered. I caught maybe bits and pieces of it when sci fi re aired the series, which I'm about to get to that in just a moment. During its original run, it really didn't do so hot. It ranked way low at the bottom of the chain of the Nielsen ratings, tying with another short-lived NBC show, The Yellow Rose, which premiered a few days after Manimal's premiere, but that lasted a little longer though until May of the following year, which was an American soap opera. Which reminds me, after this show did struggle with its ratings and what have you. The show only lasted a short time. After a pilot film and 7 more episodes were produced and aired to form an overall total of 8 episodes, well, it just got canned and what have you, which I'm about to explain. Now, this 1-hour series premiered 2 weeks after the pilot film aired, but was placed on hiatus after only 4 regular episodes had aired, with production ceasing at the time. The show returned to the NBC schedule a month later, airing the remaining 3 already produced episodes before the series got canned instantly due to low ratings. On December 14th, 1983, this was one of 8 other series that were axed before their first seasons. Among some of those include Jennifer Slept Here, Bay City Blues, and We Got It Made, which, however, would get, well, revived in syndication. As Manimal was going up against a certain J.R. Ewing and his clan on CBS's big hit Dallas. Manimal was not well regarded by many TV viewers, and the series received negative reviews from critics and what have you. Apparently, uh, 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 apparently, apparently, The book, The Best of Sci-Fi TV, included Manimal in its worst sci-fi shows of all time, along with Space 1999, Lost in Space, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, which of course was a recent hit for Mr. Larson, and The Star Lost. It just ranked as the worst and what have you. Yep. But anyway, apparently, there was an associated toy line of solid, non-articulate figurines sold as rack toys made by the Fleetwood Toy Corporation. These depicted the character in mid-transformation, such as to a cobra and to a lion. However, despite its short stay, the show did get rerun on Sci-Fi Channel, which is where I caught maybe just a tiny bit of it, and I did see a little bit more of it on YouTube a few years back, but I never did catch it again. Now, in 2012, the series got released on DVD in the UK by Fabulous Films, and then later on was released by Condor Entertainment in France. In November 2015, Shout Factory released the actual complete series on DVD. I think you can get it for a reasonable price, but if you can't, there is a way you can catch the series. Now, the pilot film is currently available on YouTube. The rest of the series is not, unfortunately. The only way you can stream the full series is on the Internet Archive. So that's where I saw it, and I did see all 8 episodes, and I thought this was pretty good. It's a shame Manimal has short stay, but it also was, well, due to the effects being so yeah, well, being so high pricey or something like that. The same thing would occur with Mr. Larson's next attempt, which would actually come out right after Manimal's cancellation, and that was Automan, which came on ABC and was also produced by Fox, which of course also had produced Larson's other hit series on ABC, which was The Fall Guy. Now, Sony Pictures Animation announced in 2012 that they were developing a live action CGI film based on it, but however, as of last year, no further news of the project has emerged since its announcement, and Will Ferrell and Anna McKay were slated to produce this. But I doubt this will ever happen. If so, then I wish them the best of luck. I doubt this could even match up to the success. Now then, for our cast, we have in the role of Jonathan Chase, it's Simon McCorkindale, who had recently appeared in Jaws 3D that same year. Now, he's pretty good as Jonathan Chase. He's absolutely really incredible. Playing Brooke McKenzie is Melody Anderson, who you may remember recently played Dale Arden in the Flash Gordon film 3 years prior. Now, Ty Earl, well, his full name's Tyrone, was played by 2 actors. In the pilot episode, he was played by Glenn Turman, who appeared in numerous films like Cooley High, and the following year he would appear in Gremlins. He'd be in another series. For the rest of the series, he was played by Michael D. Roberts. And then one more cast member playing Lieutenant Nick Rivera is Rennie Santoni. And that's that. So now you know about Manimal. But I can give you a shot of what I can find on the characters, if I can find some. Give me a moment. Here's a shot of the cast for the pilot, which of course included the original Ty, Glenn Turman. And here's a little bit of a shot with, well, the main cast along with Michael D. Roberts, who played Ty in the rest of the series run. Here's a shot of Simon McCorkindale along with the Hawk. Yes, this is the actual Hawk, what the Hawk looks like when he transforms into this little character. So now you know about Manimal. A very short-lived show, pretty underrated and what have you, but I think this is a pretty cool show. Shame it got canceled due to the low ratings and it going up against Dallas. So, if you know where to find the Internet Archive, I wish you the best of luck in finding Manimal. But if you can find it on DVD for a reasonable price, then I'd say get it. So anyway, that's gonna do it. What did you think of Manimal? Let me know in the comments section below. Did you ever watch this show when it came out in the 80s, or did you see it in reruns? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel. Give them to know me. Maybe they'd like to be a part of my Big D Nation. Share my vids with your friends if you'd like as well. Join me next time when I bring to you a revisited TV log on Punky Brewster. So if you like this, check out the TV logs for some of these other shows. I'll give you these other two shows that Glenn Larson did before Mammal. In the upper left hand corner is the TV log on the original Knight Rider. The upper right hand corner is the episode I did on The Fall Guy. Or if you would like maybe another show that may have some pretty fun stuff and what have you, probably a bigger hit for NBC, check out the TV log I did on The A-Team, which was done by another guy, Stephen J. Cannell. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya, and we will have another episode. Do you remember coming up soon? Bye now.